Hello, everybody. It's Kat. I just got done doing my gardening for, I don't even know, the second or third time today. I've been on SSO way too much lately. Anyway, I just am spontaneously recording this because my parents just went out and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record because I'll have a little bit of quiet and you won't hear a screaming like usual from my little sister. Anyway, I have been trying to buy all these shoes from the emo store, as I like to call it, in Yarlheim. I've been doing Reputation and a lot of other things, so, that's pretty cool. I did some Reputation with the, what is it called? The Do family, and I got like 200 character XP. I don't know what was the last SSO video I uploaded, but as you can see, my XP's probably went up a lot since then. Because I have been dedicated. I have been on the grind. I'm dedicated to do better at champs, and so many people that beat me in champs are higher levels than me. And I know it's probably because they've been playing longer and like a lot of limited events had XP that like obviously I won't be able to obtain. But I'm doing what I can. A lot of the things that I have to do are in regards to collecting all the spiders for the one quest and doing the what's the other one? Collecting Catherine's memories. It's such a pain. And I think I'm on the last part of collecting tokens, thingy-mabobs, like the pictures. So, I'm getting there. I'm trying my best, but it's a pain in the booty. Am I doing this right? Hopefully. But I figured I would record. I didn't really have a plan, so I'm probably just gonna be rambling. I'm recording this on Friday. I don't know when I'm uploading it, but I am like so hyped for the weekend because I'm actually gonna be driving for the first time in like a hot minute, so I'm actually low-key a little bit worried about that because I haven't driven a car in like so long, but it'll be okay. I've drove like a bunch of times. It's just that I don't drive consistently, so when I haven't driven for a while I get like a little anxious, but it'll be okay. I will not cause an accident, okay? I promise. But the reason that I'm gonna be driving is because I was like wanting to go to this place called Plato's Closet where basically you can like buy clothes, but you can also sell your clothes there. I've went there a couple times and they like never take all my clothes because they want what's like in fashion or whatever. So I'm not sure how much of my clothes I'm gonna be able to sell, but since I haven't been working still, I've been trying to find ways to kind of downsize some of the stuff that I have as well as selling some of my stuff. So hopefully they'll buy some of it, but then I'll also get driving practice. And there's another place near me. I don't want to like say the name of this one because I feel like it's not as like popular in the US, but it's like this bookstore that you can sell books at. So I was hoping maybe I would go there this weekend. That I'm not so sure about, but I have like always been a huge book collector, but I've just been trying to like focus on books that I actually like and have actually read. So I've been trying to go through a lot of books that like I thrifted and just seeing like if I actually want them or if I just like thought it was interesting, then I actually read it and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to keep this. So I've been doing a ton of reading. And yeah, I don't know why I'm collecting fireflies. I think it's just because I'm rambling and my brain's just doing whatever. But I'm gonna be doing some Reputation. Usually, or not, I was gonna say usually I do that on stream. I've literally streamed twice. I mean 3 times at the time of recording this, but only twice on SSO, so I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Let me see what I actually have to do. I gotta check my phone because I have a little list of all the Reputation I try to get done. Oh, I gotta do my stuff in Mistfall. Okay, I'm gonna start with Redwood. I finally got enough Reputation to unlock that like one path because I would try to go, I think it's like this area was blocked off. It was like somewhere here, but I would try to get to Mistfall and then I wouldn't be able to, and then I would have to like take the trailer to Burke's Grange and then run for like 100 million years for no reason. It was such a pain in the butt. Such a pain. But yeah, I don't really know what I talked about in my last video. I was playing Genshin, but I finished watching The Amazing World of Gumball. I don't know if I mentioned that. I finished watching the iCarly reboot. I wasn't that into it, to be honest, but somehow I managed to watch the entire thing. What else did I finish? Oh, I also watched the Gumball Chronicles, and it was kind of lame, to be honest. Like, I really love The Amazing World of Gumball, but it was basically just like they would mention something in the Chronicles series, and then they would like do like a bunch of flashbacks to like past scenes. I don't know, like I like watching the clips on YouTube where they put a bunch of like funny scenes together, but for some reason like the Gumball Chronicles, like I wasn't that into it. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about it. It was just like a clip show basically, and that just wasn't really my thing. I know they have another like Gumball spin-off, something about like Darwin. I think it's more centered on Darwin, but I've heard it's also basically a clip show, so I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, do I really just want to keep watching these clip shows when I could just watch something else? So yeah, I did not watch the Darwin one. I'm like blanking on what it's called. But I've been reading a lot of books. The last book that I finished, well, the last book I finished was called The Little Book of Bob, which basically, oh my god, I can't English, talks about this cat that this guy found. I think he found it. I don't think he like was looking for a cat necessarily, but he was struggling with like substance abuse, and the cat kind of like helped him turn his life around. I had never heard of this cat before. I just got the book because it had a cat on the cover, but apparently he's like, there was a movie made out of it. I think it was called A Cat Called Bob. So I don't know how I've never heard of it, but the voice actor had like a British accent, so I guess the person's like from London, and I just wasn't really expecting that for some reason. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like the best book ever, but it was interesting. The one I finished before that is called Rent a Boyfriend, and it sounds stupid, and you know, that's what I thought too, so I won't judge you for thinking that, because I was like, what is this? I got the book like years ago in high school. I can't remember what year of high school, but we usually would have to read one book during the summer. For my high school, they would give you like a whole list and you can pick one to choose from, and that was one of the books. And I remember choosing it, and like I actually had like a physical copy of it, and I was reading it. Like I don't even think I read like 2 chapters. Like I didn't get that far, and I've always been a big reader, so it was just weird, but I wasn't into it. So basically the concept is like this girl hires a boyfriend because her parents are like really strict. They're all Asian, by the way. Like, I don't want to sound racist because there's strict parents like regardless of ethnicity, but just so you can, I guess, see more of like the cultural aspect of it. But they were trying to get her married to like this other Asian man who like had wealth and blah blah, and they're like, we're just trying to like be there for you and yada yada. And she's like, yeah, but I don't like him. He was very like what's the word, like misogynistic, and just, he was just a really gross person. So obviously she didn't want to be with him because she knew like how he really was, and he didn't actually have like interest in her at all. He just was like going on with it for like the sake of being able to have his parents' money and stuff. So it was just like messed up. Like the daughter like kept trying to tell her parents like, I don't want to be with this guy, like he doesn't even like me, like it just doesn't make any sense. So she rents this boyfriend to kind of just like try to turn them away from trying to, you know, get her with this other dude. I think his name was Hung Bo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm so sorry to any like Chinese viewers, or any Asian viewers, I guess, because it was mostly like Chinese and Taiwanese. But okay, anyway, Hung Bo is like the jerky boy, and then Andrew is the rented boyfriend, and like he makes a really good impression and blah blah blah, but then the parents are like still not convinced, and like even at one point like they had Hung Bo come in while her fake boyfriend was there, and I'm like, bro, like literally let her live, jeez. Like it was so weird. It's like parents like that, especially when they like force their kids like into like a marriage and stuff, or like to like be with a certain person. I just think it's so messed up. And like it wasn't even that, like the mom was like constantly making or saying things like about the daughter's like looks, and she's like, nobody's gonna want you, like you look basic, like you have like a flat chest, like blah blah blah. Oh, I forgot I have no water. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know, I just feel bad for people with parents like that. Like I don't even talk to my mom because of like issues that we have, but like my dad, I mean, he can say some things, but I don't think they would like go so far as to like make comments about my body and how nobody would ever love me because of it and like blah blah blah. I just think it's so messed up. I don't know, it was just weird because my boyfriend is Asian, and I lived like in his home like only for a few days. If you watch my I got married video or whatever it's called, it'll have way more context. I'll link it down below. Um but like they have a very like different outlook on life, more like old fashioned, having to do with their culture, and I think that's kind of like how the book was with the parents. Like they had a very old fashioned aspect, and it's hard because the parents came from like a different country, whereas the daughter is a first generation American, so obviously they're gonna have like different views and different feelings. So I don't know, it was just like, I feel like it was really good because I mean I have some knowledge of Asian culture because of my boyfriend and his family, but like I'm a white American woman. I have like European ancestors, but I don't really know a lot about like my culture necessarily, besides like very few things. So it was kind of interesting to like learn about another culture. But basically the point of the book is she ends up falling in love with like the rent-a-boyfriend dude. It's like meant to be a romance, but I liked that it also talked a lot about culture. I don't know, I just feel like they were able to mix it together really well. Because I feel like sometimes when books put like two big things into one plot, it can sometimes be messy. But I feel like this was like genuinely good. Like they did a good job with it. So, you know, I was content with it. I listened to the audiobook. It was literally like 10 hours long probably, but I finished it in like just a couple days because I was just so into it. I felt like the voice actors did a good job. I think I've talked about audiobooks like a few times on this channel, and I use Hoopla if you guys are also book nerds like me. Because my local library allows people to use Hoopla if you have a library card with them, and then there's like a bunch of books, like thousands, that you can choose from. They won't have every single book, but as I said earlier, I've been trying to go through my book collection, and it helps me to be able to like, you know, be a gamer or like maybe clean and just have like an audiobook on, because then, you know, I can focus on other stuff while still technically reading, I guess. So yeah, I've been able to kind of like multitask and trying to get rid of some books as well as other stuff. Oh my god, can I collect that memory up here? Please. Oh shoot, I gotta wait till after the race. Okay. I gotta remember it's there. It's not too far from the start. But yeah, I've been on the book train. Currently I'm reading, apparently it's the second book, which I didn't know, but it doesn't really matter. It's like a Winnie the Pooh book that I got. And the voice acting is like so weird, to be honest. If the audiobook was any longer, I probably would just drop it, but it's only like 3 hours and I'm already like almost halfway through it, so I'm like, whatever. But the voice acting for it is so weird. I can't. But, you know, I'll get through it. Also, you're like probably wondering, why am I riding a maxed horse if I'm gonna be training? Like, I mean, I'm doing reputation, but I'm like obviously doing races. It's because all my horses are maxed right now, so in order for me to get this reputation, I have to do these races, which means having to use freaking maxed horse. But you know, it's fine. Oh, I gotta get the memories before I forget. These memories have been so annoying to collect, because you only get like 10 XP per quest. And as I said earlier, I'm trying to level up, not collect these things for like a decent amount of time, and then get like basically nothing for it. It's a pain in the booty. These give like a good amount of XP though. These races, I don't know if it's which one it is specifically, but like I've been trying to do these every day and I almost always end up like on the leaderboard, and I feel like it's just because nobody does races over here, because I'm on Nightstar, which is a busy server, but I somehow will get like on the leaderboard, and I'm like, bro, nobody. I saw somebody earlier, but there's usually not that many people in Mistfall or Dundle. I'm like almost thinking about making my home stable over here, but it's just so convenient to have my home stable by like Valedale where I can do like gardening and stuff, so yeah. I did this race like 1,000 times on stream the other day because I kept falling off that cliff and I almost did it again. Oh my god, there's another memory. I'm gonna lose my mind. Wait, do I have to go that way in order to get to Dundle? Or no, I think I have to go that way for the other races. Okay, so I'll be able to collect it then. I've been having to watch like videos to help me find all the memories, but if I can find some of them on my own, obviously I'm gonna collect them. I don't even know what to finish next. I'm like, should I collect memories or should I do tokens travels? Because I have like 40 more I think I need to collect of tokens travels, and I have 30 to 40 more spiders I need to collect for the spider quests. It's just like everything is just collecting. Which is why I like to listen to audiobooks. I don't know, there's like not that many YouTubers that have been interesting me lately. Some of the ones I watch the most are like Jake Weber, Johnny Gilbert. I don't really watch Carrington's videos. I don't know, I think it's because they're not cut, and like, I don't know, not that I prefer edited videos, but like his, I don't know, I'm like not that into them, but I like him like when he's in other videos, but for some reason I can't like watch his channel, or I just get like bored. And then I watch like Star Stable YouTubers, but I don't know, I've like always open up YouTube like every day because I'm a YouTube nerd, and it's just, I don't know, like nothing interests me. I used to watch like a lot of true crime on YouTube, but nothing's really been interesting me in that realm either. Like I listened to a couple videos the other day and I was like literally almost in tears. I'm like, oh my god, this is so depressing, and I'm like, what the heck, I would like never be this emotional usually. But I think it's just because I'm on my period currently, maybe TMI, but it makes me like overly emotional for literally no reason. I mean, obviously these situations are really messed up. I'm not trying to say like that I shouldn't be crying over something that's clearly depressing, but it's like, it's just not the usual for me is what I'm trying to say. One of the true crime videos I was watching was like, this woman had divorced her ex-husband, and like he was like obsessing over like her new husband and like her life and stuff, and I think they had 2 kids together, her and the ex-husband. Oh my god, I missed the jump. But anyways, like I think she's going to pick up like their daughters, like from like, you know, do like a parent swap, and she's going there and he ends up like freaking kidnapping her basically, and he's like keeping her hostage in a garbage can, and she was in there and it was like really cold. He had like snow piled up on top of it so she couldn't get out. I don't remember the whole story that well, but it was really messed up, and I don't even like, she ended up surviving, and that's why I was like, I just thought it was crazy like that somebody could survive that. But she's like, I gotta survive for my kids, and I gotta be there for them, like I can't just give up, because she was literally in there for 27 hours. Like that's actually insane to be stuck like, and I think she was like not fully tied up, but like it wasn't enough for her to be able to like free herself. It was just like, I can't even believe that. Like, it's just, some people are so messed up. And then I was listening to another one where, what was it? Oh, so this girl's, I think it was her ex, I'm not completely sure, but he puts gasoline all over her body. They're at like a gas station, and obviously, where am I going? What the heck? That was not the right way. Where am I going? Okay, he puts gasoline all over her body, right? And then literally sets her on fire. Yeah, on fire. And then she ends up like in a coma, and they're like, basically for what he did, because she's not dead at this point. Like she does end up dying eventually, but she stays alive for like a really, really long time. But just for setting her on fire and being able to almost kill her at this point, like the judge was only gonna give him 11 years in jail. I'm like, that's literally attempted murder. What? I was like, what the heck? And like eventually the woman was able to like wake up from the coma, and she like sort of remembers what happens, but like not entirely, I think. I can't really remember. I watched these like a few days ago and I have like a crappy memory, but it was insane. I was like, oh my god, like this poor woman. And then her mom's like trying to take care of her, like in the hospital, like always trying to be there for her. It was just a horrible situation. And then literally the daughter ends up going to her own murder trial to like speak for herself. And in order to do this, she had to be off like the painkillers because of, I don't know, like some sort of law or something. So while she's like in crippling pain because like 80 something% of her body got burned, she's doing this in order to help like other victims that might suffer from something like this. Like, it's actually crazy. And then I think she did eventually end up dying, but I think they said she was like able to survive for like 400 plus days after that, which like they weren't even expecting her to wake up at all after something like that, which I mean, I would think the same too. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy that like people can do stuff like that and they'll be like, yeah, just like 11 years in jail even though you tried to kill her. Yeah, you'll be fine once you come out. Like, what? I mean, I don't get it. Like, that was clearly, and he's like, oh, it was an accident. It was an accident. That's not an accident, bro. That's clearly that makes him more guilty if he's not even gonna like be like, okay, yeah, I poured the gasoline on her. I tried to kill her. I mean, is that better to say? I don't think anything is better than the other, but it's just terrible. Some people are just so horrible. I just don't understand. It's gross. Some people are gross. If we want to keep talking about true crime, I just watched a little true crime video earlier about Lionel Dahmer isn't like a criminal, but his son, obviously, Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm sure most people know his name. I was listening to it this morning, and basically it was like a interview Lionel and his wife did with Dr. Phil, and it's just so crazy because Dr. Phil like says something like, oh, like, I don't remember the question, but he says Jeffrey, and they're like, he was never Jeffrey to us, he was Jeff. And that's true. I read Lionel's I don't know if it's considered an autobiography or a biography, but he talks about his life and talks about Jeffrey a little bit as well, and he always like refers to Jeffrey as Jeff. I don't know, I just thought it was like, it's so heartbreaking because like in the interview he's saying like, I don't know, like if I just was ignoring the signs, and like at one point, if you guys don't know a lot about the case, basically Jeffrey Dahmer killed several boys and men and was also a cannibal. I'm not going to go into graphic details because that's already a lot, but he did this, and then his family literally had no idea, even though he was like, one of the murders took place like at his family's home, a couple of the murders took place at his grandma's home, I believe. I'm not as up to date with all the info that I used to know about him. And then a lot of the murders happened like at Jeffrey's home in Milwaukee when he got his own place. But yeah, I don't know where the heck I'm going. Why did that take like a second to open? I'm surprised there's people over here. It's actually, okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay, what I was talking about is, I don't know, I felt like so bad for Lionel in the interview because he's like trying to blame himself, and it's like, Jeffrey was like so secretive about everything. Like, it's not anybody's fault but Jeffrey's. He knew what he was doing was wrong, and I just hate when people like blame themselves for things that like were not in their control. Like, sure, you could say like, oh well, Lionel like taught Jeffrey about like all the stuff with like killing, or not killing animals, but like dissecting them and whatever, and it's like, yeah, but not every person that does that turns into like a raging serial killer. Serial killer. Clearly there was something wrong like in Jeffrey's mind that made him do that. I don't know, I just think it's so messed up like when other people try to blame them or say like, oh well, you encouraged it or blah blah blah, when that's literally not the case at all. Okay, but going to the point, at one point Jeffrey literally had one of the victims like decapitated head like in this box that I think he said either Jeffrey's father or Jeffrey's grandma gave to him to like have his own like private spot, I guess. I'm not really sure. I can't really remember. But in the interview, like Lionel's talking about this, and he's like saying like, oh, that he was gonna open it because he thought it was gonna be like inappropriate stuff, you know what I mean. I don't want to say the word because I don't know if YouTube's gonna like it, but you know, just inappropriate material is what he assumed was gonna be in the box. And Jeffrey's just like, no, Dad, come on, like I don't want to cause a scene for Grandma, like please just I'll let you look at it tomorrow. And the dad was just like, okay. Like, he was just like, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he didn't open the box. And in the interview, Lionel is like, he's like, I almost wish that I did. Like, I could have saved so many lives. And he's like, but would I have wanted to see what's in the box? And it's just like, you can't blame yourself for that. Like, I mean, yeah, he could have done it, but like, I don't know, it's just, there's so many things, and I don't know, I feel bad, like, when people blame themselves for things that aren't their fault. It just, like, makes me so mad. Okay, I got a text message. You guys could probably hear that. But yeah, I don't know, I just think it's crazy. I mean, imagine, like, finding out that, like, your child, I mean, I don't have children, but imagine just finding out, like, your child was, like, this crazy serial killer. Like, that's horrifying. I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting into all these, like, depressing topics, but I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Life is crazy. There's so many crazy things that happen. So make sure to be safe anywhere, online, in real life. Just always keep yourself safe. You know, I mean, you never really know who people really are, so just make sure that you're interacting, like, with the right people. What am I doing? I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is just kind of like a let's play at this point. I'm gonna collect this real quick, and then I'll probably end the video. And while you guys got to listen to me ramble about random stuff, I need that recycling. Recycling is my life. You guys understand. If you've seen my live streams, literally my last one, I swore I kept stopping for recycling like literally every other second. Actually, I want to check my reputation as well before I end the video. Okay, I'm popular in Mistfall, and oh, I'll be admired soon with Red Point. That's cool. Okay. Slay. Hello. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you so much. Make sure to check out my form in the description if you want to be part of my next training video. And yeah, I think that's all I have left to say. If you want to comment any games you want to see me play, feel free to do that. But I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye!